All right, 8th graders, probability multiplication rule here. I want to talk about different types of probability and experiments. The first one we talk about is flipping a coin twice. There are 4 possible outcomes. If I flip it the first time, I could get a heads or a tails, and then if I flip it again, if I got heads the first time, I could get heads or tails. Or if I got tails the first time, I could get heads or tails. So my sample size here, TH or TT, I have 4 possible outcomes. So in the first flip, there's 2 outcomes, obviously. And for each of those outcomes after that, there's 2 more. So we would say there's 2 outcomes here, and then 2 more outcomes here, which tell me there's a total of 4 outcomes. So if an experiment has 2 parts, then we should just multiply the first experiment possible outcomes, which is 2, by the second possible ones. So let's take a look at example 1 here. How many possible outcomes are there for an experiment in which 2 number cubes are rolled together? So the first roll has 6 possible outcomes. I could get a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, a 5, or a 6. And the second cube, the second roll, has the same. I'm not going to try to draw them all here for each of them, but just to show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the first roll there were 6, and the second roll there were 6. So in the end, there's a total of 36 possible outcomes. Another way there to show the different possible outcomes is a chart. And there you can see that in your book. You have 6 rows and 6 columns. 6 times 6, so that means there's a total of 36 possible outcomes. Okay. There's the total number of sums. If you added up the number, there's a total of 11 different numbers from 2 to 12. So we learn a little bit about how we can figure out the different outcomes here. So let's take a look at example 2 and put it into practice. 2 number cubes are rolled once. How many possible outcomes are there for which the first roll is even and the second roll is even? Okay. Well, an even outcome, a 2, a 4, or a 6, can occur in 3 ways for each number cube. So the total number of possible outcomes, we say, well, I could get a 2, 4, 6, so I could get a 3. 3 ways, 2, 4, 6 to get even. And the second roll, the second dice, there are also 3 possible ways. So I would say there are a total of 9 possible outcomes. And then it asked, what is the probability of rolling an even number on each cube? Well, that would be 9 out of, and we know already there are 36 possible outcomes. We can reduce that to 1/4. So the probability of getting an even one on each roll is 1 out of 4 times. Okay, let's go on to example 3. Suppose a bag contains 2 red and 3 blue marbles. Robert selects a marble from each bag, looks at it, then replaces it. Then he selects a second marble. The bag was a probability he selects a red marble and then a blue marble. Well, the first one, to get a probability of a red, that would be 2/5. And because he put the marble back in the bag, it stays a 5 as a denominator, and the probability is 3 out of 5. So we multiply those, and we get 6/25. That's the probability, and I can't reduce that any further. So that's the probability that Robert would get a red or a blue marble. Example 4, Maribel holds a stack of 52 alphabet cards, 26 uppercase, 26 lowercase. She shuffles the stack and selects one card. What is the probability that is an uppercase vowel? There are 5 vowels, so there will be 5 uppercase vowels. There's a total of 52 cards, so 5 out of 52. would be the probability that it is an uppercase vowel. That's it for today. You can get started on your lesson practice.